Mamma mia!
Huh? Nope. Nope.
Mamma mia!
Hey guys, Cords 2026, Gamer Ahmer and I here from the Game Masters. We want to give a huge shout out to
Stone Age Gamer.
Stone Age Gamer. Thank you so much for sponsoring us and the event, even though Randy didn't beat anybody and we had to give away a lot of prizes thanks to Stone Age Gamer.
Sometimes you just have to let people win so that they can get the prizes.
Oh, here
At
we
least
go.
that's what I'm just going to
Here
tell
we
everyone.
go.
You know, I
Three
can't be
times in a
that
row?
bad. Third time's a charm. It didn't even help me, but people were happy that they won because they got amazing prizes.
StoneAgeGamer.com for all kinds of great consoles. They do a lot of the shells, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got a couple of the shells.
Yeah, just amazing things that they have. Tons of video games, tons of extras, and stuff that you need for your game collection.
So make sure you check them out today.
All right, guys, we are back. Man, after a week's hiatus, we're back in the saddle again. 52.
Yeah.
Episode 52, Brandy. Yeah, I think we ought to explain what happened last week. Why we were gonna do the show, and then my family and I, we decided that we were gonna go to a different water park. So we ended up doing that. So that was on from Wednesday to Thursday. So I said to Brandy, let's do it Friday. And then we got hit with that heat wave, and both Brandy and I were under the gun for severe storms, which we ended up losing power. You lost power twice that night.
Yeah, I lost power for it had to be like in total, like I want to say almost 24 hours, like in total, because it came back briefly
Mm-hmm.
and then they shut it off again, I guess to fix something because a transformer or something exploded and then something else caught on fire down the street. So I guess to properly work on those wires from the storm, they had to shut down the power. So it was a whole mess, and it was it was rough, I will say.
Yeah, and I have backup batteries for everything, but I told Brandy earlier in the day, I'm like, if we get these storms, I am not firing everything up. I as much as we love you guys and we want to do the show, it's not worth me blowing up the equipment and then we can't do the show at all. Because when the power goes out, a lot of times it goes out, then it comes back on, then it goes out, and it comes back on.
Mm-hmm.
And those brownouts really like hurt your equipment if you look that up. So I just said, you know what? Let's just call it, and we'll just do it next week. And so that's what we do it. That's why we're here. So we apologize. Brandy, in a whole year, 52 weeks, my wife we took 2 weeks off. We took the week off. You had surgery, and then we took this week off for vacation.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Not
And we're
bad
back,
at all.
guys. And we have a ton to talk about too. So it's pretty wild, some things that are going on.
It is very wild. I just got a question. What are we talking about again today?
Oh no. It's something that, I don't think a lot of people want to really admit and talk about and go down this whole path.
There was a bunch of new Switch games that came out this week. I forgot. What was it? Star Fox came out, right? In the hiatus. Yeah, Star Fox came out. That's the big news, right? That's what we're going to talk about today, right?
Yeah, only Switch games. Right. Only that.
Yeah, the physical little carts that you can get and you put them inside your handheld little cartridges. That's what we're going to talk about, right?
Yeah, nothing about discs not existing at all.
Discs. Who talks about discs? Who cares about discs? Nobody cares about discs. I mean, Sony doesn't even care about discs, right? Sony doesn't care about anything like that, right?
They don't care about anyone. They haven't even commented or done anything yet.
Oh, they wanted to let you know though that you could get that new control pad, right?
Oh, okay, but they're not going to address anything.
Oh, of course not. Well, especially when their stock is plummeting. I mean, heck, the owner, you saw that. We're going to get into this, but the owner...
Yeah, he just sold off.
He sold off half of his stocks. He got rid of it. He knows dark days are coming. He knows the gaming community has spoken. And I think he knows that those numbers... I don't know where they got those numbers. We need to get into that a little bit. The whole numbers. All right, let's hit our video for the news, and let's kind of get into this because this is going to be a big overtaking topic, I think. So let's check it out.
We are out here at CorgsCon 2026. What are you doing?
I was just admiring my new house. You told me I had to live here now.
We're doing a podcast.
I'm sorry. I'm coming.
You have to tell everyone about this. What is this? We just set everything up.
Wait, are we doing an interview for the podcast, or is this the podcast itself?
No, guys, this is what I'm working with all weekend. This guy over here. We set up everything, and he's so amazed by it.
I am amazed by it. Look at the colors. I mean, it just looks... So we've been hyping this for weeks, months. Well, months. It's taken a long time, but we put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this. I'm super ecstatic with how it came out. All the way down to our sign. Thank you to Angel Otero and his grandson Seth for making this for us. They spent all night making this for us. I love it. I think it's awesome. I think it's a great addition to what we're doing here.
I think it's so crazy. I did not expect this. I know, I'm a very visual person, and you were telling me some things. We were working out ideas, and I was like, I just don't know. But seeing it in person, it's taller than me. It is crazy. This is massive.
Well, wait. Let me stop you there. The ATM machine over there is taller than you.
What?
So it doesn't take much.
Just for reference, I'm technically taller than the ATM here, just so you guys know.
You got to get off the box first.
Hey, don't tell them.
But to your point, we wanted something that really represented us, but also to represent and make a very nice TV show production, which we hope we get to put on later today.
Yes, and if you guys were here, you guys got to see it all together. And if you guys are watching and listening and stuff right now, you'll get to see and hear about it. So just let us know what you guys think about this.
Yeah, and let her know that she talks too much.
What? So TechBuzz doesn't know about this. He always acts like I'm so short. Now I actually found an arcade that is shorter than me. So now he can't give me any more grief about my height because technically I am taller than an arcade machine. I get it's not that tall, but
Brandy, it is the end. The end as we know it has come. The end of the Game Masters. The end of every podcast that's out there. Everything. The end. Everything in video games. The world is crumbling. We never saw this coming. We didn't see the digital revolution upon us, even though it's been upon us for the last 10 years. But we didn't see it. And as video game content creators, we're out on the internet crying to everybody. We are telling them this injustice that just came upon us, courtesy of Sony and Microsoft, even though the writing's been on the wall for the last 15 years. But hey, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about we've known this is coming for the last 15 years, but we're not going to talk about that.
Surprise, surprise. We will always have pizza, though, so thank you so much for joining Pizza Power. We have reading Rambo. I definitely appreciate that. And everyone's asking now, are you buying everyone pizza?
Well, I think Sony should, because they just put everybody in a bad mood by getting rid of stopping. So if you've lived under a rock, I know a lot of you guys haven't, and you've been following this, and of course I was being facetious there.
Yes.
But you're living under a rock. Sony came out and said, in 2028, we're going to stop production on all digital or physical discs, and everything's going to be digital. Now, all the content creators in the world blew up, did videos, hurried up and got them out there, right, Brandy? They hurried up and got them out there, and they're like, PlayStation 6 is coming in 2028, and it's all going to be digital. But not once did Sony say that. They didn't say that. Everybody just assumed that.
Yeah.
Okay? I still don't think we're going to get a PlayStation 6 in 2028, but neither here nor there. I think it's going to come much later, but they pretty much said, well, we're kind of done. And then everybody's like, oh, the new Xbox is coming in 2028 as well, because Microsoft, well, they're enough hot water anyway, so they just wanted to get deeper into hot water. So they said, yeah, we're done with physical too.
Mm-hmm.
But what surprises me, Brandy, is the fact that all these creators that have done videos, let me back up, because I'll get myself into trouble.
Here
Not
we go.
all the creators. There were a lot of creators that didn't say this, but they acted surprised, like, I can't believe this is happening. When Sony released the PlayStation 5, they had a digital option. You could buy the digital-only console, and if you wanted to add a disc and make it digital, you could buy the add-on disc drive. Xbox did the same thing. We bought my kid an Xbox Series S, all digital. It's upstairs, keeping his door open right now. That's the only use he has for it right now, because he plays the PlayStation. They did that. The writing was on the wall. So I'm confused. Yeah. Were you shocked, like the masses out there that did videos? Were you shocked that now all of a sudden they're killing off physical?
I think like a part of you, always thinks, oh no, it won't happen. You don't want it to happen. Like deep down, you really don't want this to happen. So of course you feel a certain way. But I have some people that I've talked to, and some of these people are people who make video games. And they have came out and told me that they were being pushed to essentially get rid of physical media and to develop things in a digital sense, so that but I wasn't really supposed to talk about it. But I did kind of know about something. I just didn't know when or how far into the future. But I know some inside people who have kind of hinted about that for years now. But, you just assume that if it's not happening, if, the writing's not on the wall, spelled out directly, I just kind of kept oh, well, maybe not, in that little, world of everything's perfect type of thing. But, I mean, I think we all knew. We knew that this was coming. We see this stuff happening. They don't have all physical media stuff anymore. It's tons of digital stuff. It's subscription based. It's buy this online. This code in a box. This doesn't even have the full game and stuff on it. So you see it going in these steps.
Well, that's been the argument here.
Shocked.
This has been the argument here. You know, with the community that we have here on the show,
they've
all stated, like, for all the people complaining about, you know, Grand Theft Auto not having a physical copy, and everybody in here was basically saying, you know, guys, the discs anymore are just keys. They're key cards, and everybody was crying about Nintendo with key cards. And so I see both sides of it, right? There's people that are like, okay, so you don't have a disc with a license sitting on your shelf.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's more to it. I do think a lot of the games there are some physical points on your disc, but not enough to play the game. Like if they shut down the servers, it wouldn't matter. The game's not going to work, even if you have a disc, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since PlayStation 5 and Xbox, the new one. But I do think the writing's been on the wall for a while. These companies have wanted to do this. Now, I'll stand by what I said. If they do an all digital PS6 for $1,000, I'm out unless there's a game that I really want, Brandy, that I can't play anywhere else because first and foremost, I'm a gamer. I'm going to play games, right? But I think this announcement has, and I did a video on this, and Brandy did a video on this. So you need to go watch it on the channel after the show here and watch it. But Brandy, I talked about a shift in my collecting. And I know there's a lot of creators out there telling you to go out and get PlayStation 4 games, which a lot of them are still key cards, guys. Remember that. And Xbox Series X games that are essentially key cards. So remember that. I'm shifting my collecting habits, Brandy, now to more cart-based. I don't know if I'm going to be buying and collecting for any more disc-based systems anymore. What I have is what I have. Like, I mean, PlayStation 5, I'll buy the games that I want. Or Xbox, I'll buy the games that I want. But as far as anything else, like trying to, you know, collect for this or collect for that for PlayStation, I'm not doing it. I'm going to focus on Super Nintendo, and the 64, Sega, Dreamcast, anything that's got the full game on the disc. I will, like Dreamcast, Panasonic 3DO, things like that. But mostly cart-based games.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are maybe having some sort of like wake-up call where people are starting to realize that this is happening. And I think that what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to either boycott and go to just retro only, or people are going to shift over from PlayStation to another, you know, something. And I really feel like we're going to see a ton of like a retro revival. So maybe people who were upset and mad, they may want to go back and enjoy these days of, you know, physical media and things like that. So I really think there could be some sort of shift. And I think people are going to start thinking more with their money.
Yep.
And with the way that they're being treated in essentially life with everything. I mean, you look at the movie collectors and the people who like movies. Things are getting pulled all the time. You can't even watch certain movies. You know, they're delisting certain things. They're removing access. They're changing things out. You don't get to see full versions of certain films, different things like that. There's control. There's so much control. And I think people are getting tired of it. So they're going out there and they're buying VHS tapes. They're buying Blu-rays. They're buying DVDs. They want physical stuff.
Yep.
That's like
they want to own it. They want to own it.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the stores. My kids were, you know, talking about it. The vinyl has come back. Like I see a bunch of kids collecting vinyl. I made mention of this in my video that I did. It was a really long video. It's almost a half an hour video, and I know, but I walked through some scenarios. Randy, what you said is something I touched on in my video, where a lot of people talked about another fall, a video game collapse, right? You've been hearing it for years, right? They're going to talk about it. I disagree with that. I think the opposite is going to happen because of this announcement. I think there's going to be such a boom in video games that retro game prices are going to spike through the roofs. And I gave examples of that. You know, you can buy a Mario Brothers 3 for what, $14, $15 now. I think in 2 years after they shut down physical media, because I think up until then you're going to have a lot of people just clamoring for this.
Yeah.
More and more stuff's going to become rare as people are just gobbling it up because they want physical media. That prices are going to double and triple on some of this stuff. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But the writing seems to be on the wall for the people that have this backlash against all this that's going on. I really think the prices are going to skyrocket for anything retro. I think console-based physical carts, records are going to go, not just video games, records, cassette tapes, VHS tapes, anything physical when it comes to movies, entertainment, video games, it's going to go through the roof.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it going that way too. Like, I feel like there's going to be a point in time where people are essentially priced out of all of them. You know, you're getting a digital console, most likely that's going to be over $1,000+. And I feel like a ton of people they're going to be upset about that. And they're going to be like, you know what? I remember the good old days when blah, 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 blah. And they're going to spend money on something else for a fraction. And who knows how many of those will be out there readily available. Like, I'm kind of curious to see where all this stuff is. A lot of people are having a hard time getting parts to fix consoles. You just saw that GameStop bought all those crappy consoles, and you know, what are they going to do with them? Eventually, they can control the market by collecting as much as they can so that little mom and pop stores don't have the workers. They don't have the ability. And all these mom and pop stores that don't have the ability or the coworkers, you know, to work on this stuff or the money to buy the parts, they're just, you know, selling it all to GameStop. GameStop can control that price. They lost out on eBay. They're in jeopardy right now with the market of PlayStation 4, 5, 6, whatever. They're going to be essentially wiped out when it comes to that. So they're going to focus on the retro stuff. So if they hurry up and they get all these consoles that everyone was like, oh, I got a quick $1 from GameStop. Well, guess what? You just handed over that control, because now GameStop can take these Wii consoles and mark them from $60 to $160. And now they're pricing everyone out because they have the money, they have the people, they have the time, they have the parts, and they just wiped out all these mom and pop shops that no one even realized. They didn't even realize what was going on right under their nose.
Right under their nose. Listen, you read my email, so to speak. That was, if you didn't watch my video, that was the premise of my whole video that nobody's talking about. Everybody's talking about the Sony aspect, right?
Yeah.
Which we all knew about that. But they didn't realize what this was going to do to the video game market. And I think, and you creators that are in the chat room, you're going to have to report on this in videos when you go to different conventions that maybe Brandy and I don't get to go to, or stores local to you. Our price is going to go up. I'll tell you for a fact, my local store, it used to be $2 to resurface a disc. Mm-hmm. He's increased the price to $5 now to resurface his disc. A lot of his disc-based games and cartridge-based games have gone up in price by $4 or $5 over value. And it never used to be like that. It used to be undervalue. So, Brandy, the writing's on the wall. We finally know what GameStop was up to buying all these.
I knew it. I made a video on this like a month ago or more. Like, I made a video right away and I said, guys, I bet they're up to something else. Like, it's the old switch under the rug or whatever, you pull the rug from whatever the saying is. Like, they do it in government. They do it in this. They do it in that. They do something flashy that makes it look good. And really, they have the trick up their sleeve ready to go. Like, it's easy to figure out, guys, but everyone's just looking at the flashy things like, oh, I'll get $60 for a broken console. Let me go ahead and
don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we've all seen this a whole bunch of times with all these movies, with all this.
Here,
the writing's on the wall, folks.
Look at Ness right here. Neo Ness. Yeah, I'm seeing prices go up too. And Ness, I'm telling you, this was something you actually predicted when a lot of people were like, okay, when the Neo Geo AES Plus comes out, a lot of people were like, good, that's going to bring down the price of the collectors of the original, we'll say Wave 1, right? Version 1 of the Neo Geo. Ness came on, did a video. He's like, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to, if anything, it's going to cause the originals to skyrocket. And Ness, let us know, has that been changing? Have you seen the prices going up on the original Neo Geo games? Because, guys, this is important. These are signs of things to come because, Brandy, we talked about this. We already know PlayOn's working on another physical retro system that they're going to re-release. And a lot of rumors are pointing to the Dreamcast. What do you think's going to happen when physical's no more, but yet these companies know that we, the collectors, we, the gaming, we want physical? They're going to start re-releasing these systems.
Yeah, I mean, you would think a smart money tactic, fall into the people who are upset, who have money.
Here it is.
Think about it, too. Like, people in the chat are saying...
Right here.
You know, first print. Yep, exactly.
First print's gone up like crazy.
Some people, they don't know. They just don't understand. We've been in this before. We've been through a lot of these different things. It's like, you know, we understand how things will change and shift. I mean, exactly what happened with the pandemic and everything. Prices went up because there was a need for it. And like people in the chat are saying, they're saying they can ask $160, but no one will pay for it.
Yep.
That's wrong. Because look at DK Oldies and all those other companies. They are selling overpriced whatever. But when you Google that stuff, moms and dads and whoever that don't know about games who are buying this stuff, they're paying whatever they can because they don't know any better. They don't know about price charting. When I'm out and about talking to people who don't know video game stuff, they're like, yeah, I know you're into video games, but I bought a Game Boy the other day and I spent $150 on this Game Boy because I wanted it from my childhood and I didn't really know where they sell that stuff at. So I paid, $150 and then I paid all this money for these games, and they named the games and they were like the cheap little common games that are a couple bucks, but they paid $20 or more a piece because they didn't know any better. People will buy this stuff. GameStop comes up when you Google video games because it literally has game in the name. So your moms, your dad, whoever's out there buying this stuff, not us collectors, but the regular folks that are buying this stuff, they're going to overpay because they don't know any better.
Well, and I want to address this comment here. FOMO is starting. No. We want to make sure we address this. We are not trying to scare tactic anybody into going out and collecting and buying retro games. But I will say there are a lot of content creators that we've seen that are making videos that are kind of scare tactic videos. And you got to be careful. Like, don't just go out and buy it just because you think the value and the price is going to go up. Buy it because you want it. Now, there's no proof, if you will, except for experience in the industry that we know this is what usually happens, that can guarantee that something like this is going to happen. We've seen it before. History repeats itself. Yeah. And all Brandon and I are saying, like, if you're getting into this hobby and you're collecting for a certain system, now's the time to jump in and get what you want. Because what's going to happen is you are going to get those guys that are FOMO. They're like, I'm going to collect this. And they're just going to sit on it. And what they're going to do is, it's kind of like the Pokemon cards, Brandy. They're going to sit on it until the value goes up and the prices and stuff gets more rare. And then they're going to sell it off. Not because they want it. And I made the comment in my video about gun games. I don't collect very many gun games. I had no need to collect very many gun games, Brandy, before Intech Gaming's gun system that they had. Now, go out to a game store and try to find certain gun games. It's next to impossible. Why? Because they're not taking them in on trade, because nobody wants to buy them, because up until recently, you couldn't play a gun game on a flat screen TV. Those games are now becoming more and more rare, so therefore their value is going up. So what do you think is going to happen as these FOMO buyers go out and buy all this stuff? They buy the Mario 3s, the Mario 2s, the ones that we perceive as common, Brandy. What do you think is going to happen when that stuff's all bought up?
Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what happens. We're not telling you guys to do anything.
No.
We're just putting our information out there from what we've seen, what you guys have seen. That's why we essentially talk about all this, because I'm curious what you guys are seeing too, because I may see something in my particular area, and then he sees something in his area, and then we go to conventions and we see something totally different. So, it's just eye-opening, I'll say, and I am really curious on what's going to happen. And I really do think that you have to do your research. You have to know what's going on. You have to make your own choices and decisions. And obviously, if you're really in this for the value and all that stuff, then no one can help you on that because nothing is ever a guarantee. But if you're in this because you want those light gun games, you bought that light gun that they have from Intech Gaming, and you want to play those games and you don't already own them, like I do. It's like, and you want to go out there and you want to find them for a deal.
That's what DG said. She has them too. Yeah,
if you start, looking for them and you can't find them, that demand is there and it's going to go up and the prices are going to go up because you're not going to be able to readily available find some of these games. How many times have you been to a convention? I've been to a convention and we're looking for games on our list. And now that I only need 120 some Super Nintendo or less games, I have 600 and some or whatever it is, 500 and some. I can't do the math. I have majority of them and I only need a few more. And then I can't find any of them. And then people tell me that their Super Nintendo games sell out at their stores. They don't have them being traded in. So what does that do? A lot of the games I need left are going up in price. Same with GameCube. Same with Nintendo 64. I mean, they're all just going up.
So I have a buddy. He owns Wildcard Video Games. I've been friends with him for a while. And he's like, nobody in the last 6 months have been trading things in. He's like, it's so hard. Like, he's back to going out to flea markets and going out to yard sales, Brandy, just to get stock for his store because nobody's trading anything in because the writing has been on the wall. Now, the caveat side of this, and we're seeing there's people here in Grailbound Gaming City bought a game for last week for $140. It was in the chat room. He bought a Africa for PS3 for $140 a few days ago online, and now it's going for $200.
Wow.
One of the things that, again, nobody's really talking about is, okay, they're going all digital. But again, the next step for them to not have you own anything is you're not going to be paying $79 for the game. This is how they're going to justify it to you. Just like Xbox did, Brandy, and they did the monthly subscription base, okay, where you pay a gold tier and you get certain games on launch day. If you have the platinum tier, you don't get those games till like a month after launch day. They have different tiers. And I forget if there was a third one. There might have been a third one. But I know like certain games like AAA titles were included in that. So if you want AAA titles, you're going to pay $50, $60 a month for that subscription base. That's where everything is going to go with the PlayStation. You're not going to be buying games separately. You're going to be given a list, and if they decide that they're not working with that publisher, guess what? They're getting pulled off that list. I believe the test was with the Portal, Brandy, with their $150 a year subscription for the PlayStation Plus. They have a list of, I don't remember if it's like 200 games or whatever, and they constantly pull games in on and off. I could be in the middle of a game, they just pull it off. It's not there anymore. And I fear that that's where it's going to go. It's kind of like your Netflix approach, right? You better watch this show because on the 30th it's being removed from Netflix, right?
They do that. And then you're like, oh, guess I got to binge watch 37 episodes of this whole
or you're not going to see it.
Seasons. Yep. Exactly.
Or you'll have to pay for it on Amazon or something like that. But this is what they're going to do to make it so you don't own a thing. It's not just the physical. It's like they're going to control everything. And what this is going to do is it's going to have a snowball effect. Now, if we're wrong and retro doesn't boom and it just dies, let's just say hypothetically it dies, guys like CC Games here, they're going to be scrambling, man. They're going to be needing to look. Now, fortunately, he does 3D prints and he's got other means of income for that. But these video game resellers, game conventions could be affected by this, Brandy.
I think everything can. Like, if you think about it, like, just look. So I don't know about your area, but I have tons of video game stores, toy store, like so much within a 3-hour radius. You could go to different states because, when you're on like the East Coast,
we don't. We have like maybe five within
There's-
like 4 hours.
There are probably like 30, 40 game and toy stores. I could literally see just a lot of them closing up if something were to go wrong. I could see this affecting businesses. I mean, you talk to all the big YouTubers you see in all their videos and everything that own game stores. They're saying they don't even make a profit on brand new games that come out. They buy them for pretty close to retail. They stock them in their store. They take a loss on them. You know, if you're charging them with a credit card, they got to pay the fees and all that. They barely make anything. They're just trying to get people in the door. But if they essentially wipe out all this, what's going to happen when we all die off?
Oh,
You know,
it will be gone.
Get up there in age. Like, the younger generation isn't going to know about physical
No.
media.
That's what they
And-
want.
Yeah.
I mean, look at CC Games here. He says retro games are going to increase in price. That's exactly what I predicted. That's exactly what we've been talking about this for a while.
Mhm.
We laugh when we go into the store, right? A game store. How many times have you walked into the retro part of GameStop and it's like they got Madden, they've got golf, they've got all these sports titles, NBA, MLB 2K, and they're like $1.99. And we laugh. We're like, this is like bloatware. This is just stuff that's going to sit on the shelf, right? In 2 years, those games are going to be $20 to $30 a cartridge. And I know that's hard to fathom right now. But it's going to be like that because these games are going to become scarce because you're going to have the FOMO people, I'm telling you, they're going to go out and buy this stuff. Now, again, I hope I'm completely wrong because there's no way I'm paying $30 for an outdated Madden game, for one.
Yeah,
I'm not
I think
doing
a
that.
lot of people will definitely become more selective. And I don't necessarily think so. Like, I do agree with some of this. So Lindsay was saying conventions will evolve and be more about experiences than the vendor floor. I still think they're going to have tons of vendors. I
No,
think
yeah.
their
Pop
prices
culture.
obviously may go up. But obviously, you know, you do go to conventions for the experiences, and
Yeah.
they will have to shift.
But it is going to
and
hurt the
adapt with
conventions.
things.
It's going to hurt because you're not going to have those vendors. It's going to be a different form of
Yeah.
vendor.
And then it'll have to, you know, it will have to evolve and it will have to
Yes.
change, you know, as time goes on. I could see it either making conventions really special, certain ones, and I could see it even breaking some of them. I mean, it just depends on the want, the need, the area, you know, all that stuff. So obviously it's like, you know, like upcoming, you know, talking about conventions, after next week. So literally after next week's podcast, I'll be in South Carolina for the Southeast Game Exchange.
And I'll be
out at
curious if you start seeing prices of games. You got to report back to us because I'd be very curious to see if gaming prices are going to be through the roof.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to like take note of that and see, because Siege is a convention where I do notice a lot of stuff is on the cheaper end.
Yep.
Now obviously everyone always says you go to conventions, you overpay, you this, you that. No, you don't. Not every single convention. I've been to plenty where there are some vendors, especially at Siege. I know this because I'm a YouTuber and they refuse to sell to a YouTuber until after the floor has been open for X amount of time. And that's great because they want to hold true to the people who are paying to get into these conventions.
Right.
And that's totally understandable, and I'm not complaining or anything like that. So literally I'm excited to see because I do know that there are people who really do cater towards, you know, like the VIP, the regular, you know, people going into the convention. And I am curious to see if even those people may start marking things up or if they're still going to keep those deals. You know, so I'll have to report back, but I am curious if anyone's going to be at Siege, if they'll just leave it in the chat.
Yeah.
And then obviously stop by my table because I will have the Game Masters, tons of merch. I'll have a ton of stuff for free. I might even have a shirt or something for sale if I have any left. And then I'll have some Game Raymer ones as well for sale, like shirts. But most of the stuff is free. The pins, the buttons, the stickers. I think we have magnets.
I think we had magnets, stickers. Yeah.
Yeah. Coasters, tons of that stuff. So you guys will have to stop by and get your, you know, Game Masters stuff at the booth.
Yeah, I think more and more we're going to see the shift. I know a lot of gaming convention goers get frustrated with the pop culture being at gaming conventions and the you know, I've heard it at the last one. There's so many 3D print vendors. There's so many poster vendors and pop figurine vendors and sticker vendors, and I think as we get further into the collection space, the characters of the video games will never die. Even if heaven forbid that the retro scene dies, you're still going to be able to get shirts and things like that as physical and of your favorite characters. But Brandy, one of the other things that really caught my eye with this announcement was the fact that politicians, actors, celebrities all got involved. Businesses. They were putting out that they're like Domino's said they're going to take all their food and make it digital. This really just caught the whole world by surprise, even though it technically shouldn't have.
Yeah, but it did. I mean,
it did.
It made enough talk. There were local news stations talking about this. I think Domino's even updated recently and said that they were going to send Sony a digital pizza. People are taking it to the next extreme, and everyone's making memes and jokes and, funny things about it. And they're talking about their PS6 collection and its empty shelves, and everyone's, filming in front of their game collection, and they're talking about, the ambiance is dark, like kind of how like this room is, and they're just kind of looking like this, and they're just like, yeah, I remember back in the day when I collected physical games. Everyone's like doing that like little thing. They're just going on and on and on. And I think it's good because we need to talk about this. There's even a petition going around.
Oh, yeah.
DB shared it earlier. I saw it yesterday. Floating around. It already has hundreds of thousands of signatures.
Do you think that that's potentially going to change Sony's mind, or do you think they pretty much made their mind up? And we've seen Microsoft flip-flop, so we know Microsoft's going to go whichever the way the wind blows. We know that. But do you think that there's a chance, or do you think that, nope, this is it, the nail's in the coffin, they don't care, they're not going to change their mind?
I don't think they care, because didn't they get rid of their plants that make this physical stuff?
They started reassigning people already, and what was it, back when PlayStation 3 or 4 came out, the CEO was all about, hey, physical media, this is where it's at. This is where we make all of our money for the videos and stuff. He came out and said all that, and then people are calling him a hypocrite because of it, because not just 5 years later, he's like, oh, hey, well, 85% of our revenue is all digital, which I don't know where he gets these statistics from, because I know kids that don't collect and they buy physical games. They want to have physical games, Brandy. It's not just, they can't just pin it on the collector. They can't just say, well, the collectors are a small group, and we are a small group, but they can't just sit there and say, oh, well, we're the reason that everybody's upset and in an uproar. Because I know people again, when we were walking through the video that I did, I was talking about even something I didn't bring up is Christmas. Brandy, how many good memories do you have of asking for a game that you wanted that came out, opening it for Christmas? These kids today will never experience what everybody in the chat room has and what you and I have at Christmas time.
Yeah, and the problem is, so my cousin's kid, we saw pictures of this. He literally wanted a little card for Roblox or for Fortnite or something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all he did. He just got handed a card. We watched the video, and I was like, how sad is that? This kid, he doesn't get to open anything. The code wasn't working right. So he was crying on Christmas because he couldn't get to play the stuff that he wanted. And literally it just it was gone within a matter of 2 seconds. But I remember, I'm sure you remember, I'll never forget that year. I had one of the best years ever. I got that jungle green Nintendo 64. I still remember it like it was yesterday. Me and my brother, we were opening up our gifts. He blew up a chair, and it was a blue, see-through, beanbag type chair, the ones that have air.
Yep.
And I had a pink one. And I remember opening up pink slippers. I think he had not really slippers. They were some sort of boy shoes or something. And we had to open up those first. So we're setting the whole theme of our Christmas in the basement, opening up these gifts. And my dad goes, all right, open up this gift. And it was one of those Red Ryder or Daisy or whatever BB guns.
Oh, Red Ryder, yep. You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Yeah. Yeah, and because of that movie, we watched it every year around Christmas.
Yep.
I got one of those, and I was so excited. And then my dad and my mom, they go, "You still got more gifts." So I start opening up more, and it's Pokemon cards. And now they go for thousands of dollars in that sealed box that I ripped open. And I was so happy to get it because it was like for the Pokemon movie, and it was all those Topps trading cards. And then I remember opening up all kinds of stuff. And then I'm sitting there, and, you know, like, you don't want to seem ungrateful because that was so much that they like literally saved all year working hard, working extra job, you know, trying to get you all this stuff. And in my head, I was like, all my friends got a Nintendo 64. And then my parents come out with this Nintendo 64 box. I didn't know it at the time. And I ripped the top open, and it was a jungle green Nintendo 64. And then all of a sudden, they give me another box. And that one obviously came with Donkey Kong 64. And it was Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. And I was so happy. I was like so thrilled. I remember just sitting in the basement with my brother, and we were playing the Nintendo 64. We were like looking at all the toys and all the things. We've ripped all the cards open. We're like trading with them. We're doing this. We're doing that. We're having so much fun. And now kids, I feel like they're missing out on that.
Yep. No, I agree. I think I think that's what's going to happen. And Clark here, he says, "Look, man, I don't care about Sony going digital. I have no intention of buying a PS5 or a PS6. I've got 50 PS4 games that need to be played." No, you're 100% right. We as collectors, we've got a huge backlog. But this is something that this is a huge change in society, if you will, or even with video games. Like, I never thought I'd see the day, and I said this in my video, where they would stop making physical video games before radio would die. I actually thought radio would be dead long before the year 2000. But here we are. We still got radio. We've got satellite radio. And yeah, Brandy still has it on her shelf today, the green one. But Brandy, let me ask you this question. Yeah. Do you think the content creators that are out there, the collectors, and this goes for you guys in the chat room, the fact that you're upset that there's not going to be any more physical of new systems. Now, Nintendo has yet to weigh in, and I think Nintendo seems to be the odd bird, and they might continue to do it for years to come. Mm-hmm. Do you think the reason everybody's so upset is because one of the points that I brought out in the video was we associate a lot of these games with nostalgia, the physical aspect of it, with nostalgia, with the memories, our childhood. And when we get those things again, it reminds us of the good times that we had and sometimes the bad times that we had growing up. Mm-hmm. Do you think that that may contribute a little bit to why everybody's upset about physical, or at least contributing to the fact that people are upset about physical?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that plays a role. Like, we all talk about nostalgia blinders, and we talked about it in a previous, episode that we did on games that we loved as a kid. We go to play them now, and they may not hold up. But I think, like, a lot of it is, too, we're not ready to let go of this. And I think people get hurt, obviously, because we're thinking about the memories. We associate things with memories. We all do this. Like, we all live outside of our means. We all don't need this stuff. Right. Do we often say that we need this stuff? We do that all the time. We don't need shelves of toys and games and things that, we're probably never going to play all of it. But at the same time, who's to say what you enjoy, what you want to spend your hard-earned money on? Life is not guaranteed. Yep. If you want to have a little bit of fun and play some games, if you want to have that opportunity to play a game one day, I don't think anyone should tell you what you can and can't do with your money, with your life, with your stuff. Life is hard, and this is a lot of our outlets. And I think when you threaten that and you potentially do something that's going to stop this or make things more difficult, people get upset. And that's exactly what happened with, the pandemic. Everyone got so upset. And it wasn't the fact that, gaming and collecting and stuff had stopped. It was because now there's all these resellers and people that they deemed as some sort of threat because it essentially, like, impacted the way that they were buying and collecting games for a certain price, and then they went up. Like, that's just how it is. Everyone feels some sort of way because they get their emotions in this. They get that nostalgia. They get those memories, and they associate it with things that really don't mean anything, but to us they mean something because of the memories.
Well, and the other side of the coin was I was getting to this point too. Okay. They just beat me to it in the chat room. Does this play a big role into it? Is the fact of digital means no ownership. Now, I want to put a little asterisk by that and caveat, because you haven't owned anything in video games for the last 15 years. If you own a PS3, late PS3, early PS4, PS5, you've had key cards. You've had key discs, if you will. You haven't really owned any games. So I agree with the digital form factor. You don't technically own anything unless you can download it and save it to your computer, save it to a hard drive, like you can with digital magazines, right? We can download them and put them on our hard drive, open them in a PDF player, and yada, yada, yada. A lot of the folks in here, Lindsay saying too, and some of the others, it's ownership, 100%. So for them, it's not nostalgia. It's the ownership side of it. They feel like, Brandy, they're not owning it. Does that bother you as much too, as the fact that you don't own these games anymore? In reality, we never owned any of the games. We bought the rights to play the game. We bought a license to play them. Does that bother you?
So, okay, this just popped into my head, and now I want to go down this whole tangent.
Go down this tangent.
I want you guys to get in on this tangent too, because, all right, why was it okay that we could go to a place like Blockbuster or Hollywood Video and we could rent games? We spend our hard-earned money renting these games, obviously because we couldn't afford the stuff. But why was renting the game okay that we never owned versus now? You get what I'm saying? That thought just popped in my head. Why was that okay and this is not okay?
That's a good point.
Anyone have any?
That's a very good point. No, I don't think anybody's really thought about that or thought this through. Was because
we all established our memories.
That.
Yeah, we all established our memories of the experience of going into Blockbuster, but we never owned those games. We rented them. We spent our money. I get it's the same with renting movies and things like that, but why was that no ownership okay? And this no ownership not okay? I'm not saying I agree or whatever. Well, but I am curious because that takes a different perspective.
We could go down this. This is a rabbit hole of just life, right? Yeah. You never really own your house, even though you buy a house, because you got to pay property tax on it. Even after you pay it off, you still got to pay property tax. If you don't pay the property tax, the local government comes in and they take your house away, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you pay the tax on your house and then I turn around and buy that house from you, Brandy, guess what? I got to pay tax on it. But you already paid tax on it.
Yeah.
Like we could go down this whole big road that this is part of life. We're not trying to get political here, guys. So, I'm trying to put it in that you never really own anything in life. You don't even own your house.
Exactly. Well, people are hitting it. This is exactly where I'm going with this. You paid a rental fee, not a full price of a game. You paid it for a fraction of a cost. Now look at it. If you search a bunch of these games right now, physical versus digital, you're spending more money digital. That's the problem because they aren't adjusting the prices there.
I agree.
That's where I was getting at.
Yep.
So I want you guys to look at that because if you look at some of the top games right now, you can get a much cheaper physical in store at like Walmart or GameStop, like used physical versus digital. And I think that's the problem. I think a lot of people would be on board if digital was a fraction of the cost and physical was obviously more.
I agree. I think they're
not reflecting that.
I think if they were doing like $5.99 games like Steam does sometimes with sales, or $10.99 games, but you're never going to see that because these companies that make the games, they're not going to sell their games. Listen, the only way you're going to combat this is with your wallet. You stop buying the digital game for $80, they're going to stop making it $80. That's just how it is. But as long as people pay for it, it's like I said this in my video. Your games are only worth what somebody's willing to pay for it.
Yep.
Period. Okay, if somebody's going to come by and pay, let's say they pay $3,000 for Super Mario Brothers Left Bros, even though it's not worth that, Lewis, that's what they want to pay for it. That's what it's worth.
Yeah.
To them. And I agree with you, Brandy. Like, that's a big issue. That was one of my big issues that I had was, I brought up in my video with the cost. Remember, I showed Super Mario Brothers 64, right? They say, oh, we're going to make it cheaper, right? We're going to get rid of the packaging and the manual and the physical cart. That costs a lot of money to produce. But they don't lower the cost of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just supposed to accept the fact that we're going to pay the same amount of money for a game
for less,
without having a book, a box, a manual, a cart. Like, that math ain't mathin'. Am I the only one here?
Yeah, and that's where I think a lot of this problem is because, if it is a $60 or $80 game, it's like it's the exact same as digital, and obviously it costs more to make something physical. And now they don't even put manuals and things anymore. So, like, they don't even have to make the game case as big. They could save, like, 0.01 cent or whatever on a case if they just cut it down, like, 4 inches so that they can, just have the disc in there. Like, you don't even have to do all that and print your own cover, really, at this point. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's just crazy to me that this is happening. People just... And that's what it is. I think this company, obviously, they want to make the most amount of money as possible, and they don't care what they're doing. They don't care about us. People are buying this stuff. People are buying digital. They're spending more money than, certain things. And the numbers are skewed. It's not 15% are collectors and whatever. When I posted that video, everyone was like, the numbers are way skewed. I figured that.
We were just going off of what the numbers were that people stated. I'd agree with that. I don't think the numbers are what they're saying. The other side of it is, like, my son, he collects some physical Game Boy Advance, but he's okay with this digital. He's like, I don't need my room full of plastic to play video games. And that's prime in case with, him playing PC. But that's where I go, too. Like, unless there's exclusives that I need to play, all the games that I play now, Brandy, that are digital, like Fortnite and Call of Duty and some of these other ones, I can get that on a PC. I can hook up a controller and play it on my PC. I don't need a PlayStation 6, and it'll probably play better. I don't need a console. And I think that's the other side of it, too. A lot of the gamers are like, well, I just want to play the game. I don't need a $1,000 console when I've got a PC that's more than capable to play these games. But I think that's where these companies are now going to pull back. You're going to see Sony start locking down their IPs to where when PlayStation 6 comes out, you're only going to be able to play those games on a PlayStation 6.
Yeah.
And that's how they're going to
get they have that control again, and they can't have someone else making the money.
Absolutely.
Because I talk to coworkers and stuff, completely not collectors. They don't want the clutter. They just want to play the games. And they're like completely fine with it. They're completely fine with this. They're going to buy the games that they want to play. They understand why people like me are upset and, other collectors. But at the end of the day, if someone wants to play a game, they're going to buy it no matter what price you put it.
They're going to find a way to play it.
Exactly. Like the way that everything's advertised. I mean, they're advertising all this stuff from like when kids are little to adults. They're ingraining this stuff in their head. I mean, everything that you see, fast food is flashed. They say like an average person sees thousands of ads every single day, whether you're subliminally, whatever, like whether you're looking at the stuff or not, like just looking around your room, you see ads for every little thing. And then when you're out walking down the street, if there's billboards, buildings that you pass, you see all that stuff. So this stuff is always going to be popular. It's always going to be something out there. People can be upset, but at the end of the day, they're still going to sell things. They're still going to make money. And what are they going to do? Upset a bunch of us and YouTubers and collectors? But by the time this system comes out, is everyone still going to be talking about it?
No.
Or are people still going to go out there and buy it day one?
And the people that are complaining about it now, the really big complainers about it that put videos out 2 minutes after the news came out, they're the same people that are going to buy this system. They say, hey, I love physical, down with digital. They're going to be the first ones to buy it, and they're going to justify it and say, well, I need it because I need to cover it on my channel.
Yeah,
that's what they're going to say.
Watch this unboxing. Watch me do this. I'm selling my whole collection.
100%.
Blah, 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 blah.
How many of the YouTubers have you seen that tell you to sell this stuff? Sell your collection. Get rid of it. And they're the same YouTubers that did videos saying, oh, man, I can't believe Sony's doing this. And you're the people that told us to sell our plastic in our collection. What is wrong with you? Why aren't these people getting called out for it?
Exactly.
Like, I'm sorry, I get fired up about it because, listen, Neo Ness says this, and I love it, and I steal it all the time when he says it. He says, but play and collect the way you want to play and collect. If you don't want a house full of plastic and you love digital, listen, there are pros to digital. I like playing some of the bigger games digitally because there's no buffer for it to read the disc, right? You can install it, it runs. All my music library is all digital. I know. Hard to believe, right? My movies, Brandy, all digital. I've gotten rid of a lot of my DVDs. I don't want that clutter because I'm not collecting DVDs. We buy the movies on Apple and keep it in my library, and it is what it is because how often do you go back to another movie? Like Christmas movies, you watch them once a year?
Yeah, Halloween, I do like to
Halloween,
go back.
You go back once a year?
That same issue. I wanted to watch all the Halloween and Friday the 13th and everything in order, and then they put like 4. It was like number 4 or number 5 behind a paywall, and I was like,
yep.
Now I can't even watch the whole set, so then I had to move on to the next thing. And I was having such a great time watching some of those from the 80s and cracking up.
So this guy here, the Radical Digital one, he's super excited about Sony's announcement. He always tries to throw it off on me that I'm excited about, but he is ecstatic about this. Like, he cannot wait until 2028 so he can finally have a digital-only PlayStation console. I don't know how Sean co-hosts a show with him because he's pro digital. So I guess, Brandy, I see it from both sides of the coin, right? I can see why some people are like, hey, this really isn't a big deal. But I also think that, like, I remember, and I brought this up in the video, and I know I keep referencing it because I had a lot of good points in this video that I couldn't pass back. But Brandy, do you remember growing up? We didn't have money. You didn't have money. When you wanted a new game, you took your games in and you traded it in, and you more than likely had enough to get the next game. Mm-hmm. These kids don't have that. So once you get a digital game, what are you going to do? You can't trade that game in and get another game when a new one comes out, or you beat it 100 times.
They don't want you to do that because they don't want to lose out on any money.
There you go.
They want people to just keep spending and keep buying things. They don't want you sharing with your buddies. They want multiple purchases. They don't want people taking the same game and doing that. Like, if everyone shared their games, they wouldn't make as many sales. They're trying to have the control. They want all the money for themselves. I mean, that's what a business does. It's
it is a
theory,
business.
it's good business, but in our world, it's bad customer relations. I guess.
Reggie comes out of the way. It's been a while since he's given me the crap about the digital, so this is a perfect time to come in here and do that. But he cracks me up. But I'm with you. I miss those days. I miss the days of you walking in and you could trade in 2 or 3 games and get the latest game and not pay anything. In fact, sometimes you get your money back. You get some money back for a soda and some candy. The DG says, I had to wait till birthdays and Christmas. Guess they have to get a summer job or cut lawns like my kid does. Like, these are all things that if they do subscription, they don't have to worry about that. That's the thing now, Brandy. They pay, what is it? If they pay $60 or $100 a year, that's it. The cost of one of the modern games, that's it. And they can have whatever game that they want. and they can download and install it. Listen, guys, your chats are flying. I'm doing the best I can to bring them up as quickly and as fast as I can. Hopefully, I'm not forgetting anybody. So I just want to apologize ahead of time. There are a lot of people in here tonight. There are a lot of chatters going. So I want to make sure that everybody, gets their voice heard, and, because this is a huge topic right now.
And we appreciate it, because it's honestly, it's people like us that stick together, that keep talking about this, because we want something to happen. We don't know if it's going to happen, but if we all gave up and stopped talking, then they would be like, all right, cool, everyone's fine with it. Just move on.
Lindsay brings up a good point. Okay. And yet Nintendo has online game share, which is a good business decision in her honest opinion. I would agree with that. Like, we've let some folks borrow, if you will, a digital game, and then they ended up going out and buying it because they wanted to try it. So I totally forgot about that. She's absolutely right. That's that might be something that comes out in the future if they were smart at some of these places. I just know the gaming market is bursting at the seams. I was telling Brandy, and I don't know if any of you guys knew this. While I was on vacation, I went out to Spencer's, and everybody knows that Spencer's is more like a party store. Like, you don't take your kids into Spencer's. Spencer's is just like,
not in the back of the store.
You don't go to the back of the store in Spencer's. It's not black lights and stuff anymore. It's it's some stuff that you don't want your kids to see, especially if they're young kids. But anyways,
I remember Spencer's at the mall.
Listen,
I remember.
I was walking by, Brandy, and it caught my eye that there was a Mario Kart sweatshirt there. I was floored. I went inside, and it was like $60 or $50. And the girl's like, "Oh, by the way, everything's 50% off." I'm like, "What?" So $25 for this. You guys will see it when it gets colder out. It's embroidered. It has a Mario Kart. I'll have to take a picture. I showed it to Brandy. Isn't it a nice sweatshirt?
Yeah, I need to see a close up, because I think I might have one kind of similar.
Okay, but
so I'm curious.
They told me, and you guys need to check your local Spencer's. They told me around the holidays they are going to be getting in a ton of gaming shirts and hoodies and things like that. Like, they're trying to make the move to pop cultures.
Yeah, they do good deals. They do good clearance. I've gotten a lot of I guess clothing items and stuff from there over the years, and I always take advantage of the sales. If you sign up for the text alerts, you get percentage off. I mean, take advantage of that stuff, because like everything else, we're all trying to save as much money as we can and afford what we want. And if you could save on some shirts and clothes and t-shirts and merch, sometimes they have wallets and they have sunglasses and they have keychains and trinket things, and it's all gaming related. So, I mean, you definitely want to do your research, and if you guys can get some deals, at least somewhere in life, you want a deal somewhere.
Yeah, so I just wanted to let everybody know, like, go check out your local Spencer's, especially for hoodies right now. I know we're in the, wrapping up summer here, but man, some of these hoodies, my wife got a Princess Peach, and these are all licensed by Nintendo. They're not knockoffs. They got the licensed by Nintendo sticker on it. And like I said, I'll put it up on Instagram maybe tomorrow. You guys can check it out. But if you want some good deals, again, on physical items, physical shirts and physical hoodies, you can get some of them, and fairly cheap. But I'm curious to see what other folks Spencer's have, in their locations, because like I said, this was new. They had Fallout shirts. They had the old classic Duck Hunt one where the dog's laughing at you.
Oh, that's cool.
I
might have to make a pit stop.
I'm telling you, you guys need to go check it out. They didn't have my size with the dog laughing. Otherwise, I would have got that one, because I definitely wanted the dog. It says game over and the dog's laughing on the front.
I have some perler bead coasters of the dog laughing and of the ducks. I have a whole scene of that. So if you guys do see me at Siege, I will be selling some of those coasters.
I'm kind of disappointed. I won't be there, because I'd like to hang out with some of these other creators that are going to be there, and meet them.
Gotta get you out. Yeah, we got to get you out there one year, because
one of these years,
I'm telling you, it's a great time, and I'm going to be doing some recon this year. Checking some things out, and I'm going to report back to you guys. You've got to keep everything honest and whatever. But yeah, we got to get you out there, because I think you'll I think with like going to different conventions, and you guys gotta let us know in the chat which conventions you guys want to see us at.
Yeah.
I think if we start going to different areas, I think we're gonna start seeing what you guys see, and that's what I want to see. I want to see what you guys are experiencing. I want to see different areas than the same, several that we've been to multiple years.
Next year, I want to do that, Brandy. I want to, instead of doing the same conventions, like Pittsburgh and Cleveland, I'll do. Those are the two guaranteed I will do.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, I want to do some other conventions. I want to save my money and maybe go to Siege. My wife and I were just talking about this. She gets a week off next week, okay, from work. They shut down the thing. So if
that's when Siege is.
That's when Siege is. So if I didn't take vacation last week, I could have taken vacation that week, and we could have went to Siege, and I could have got a ticket.
What were you thinking?
I don't know. It depends if and it still might not be too late. Maybe I could take a day or two and go.
Do a surprise. Like we'll crowdfund. Well, I'll sell some extra perlers. We'll crowdfund just.
Well, I got 3D prints too. I could sell because I'm not selling the same stuff CC Games is, so I wouldn't be stepping on his toes.
Exactly. Can we?
I need to go to Texas
and get him out the Siege.
I need to go to Texas. I think it'll be fun.
Everyone hype him up. Go watch his video. So his, YouTube, whatever. It'll be enough to get you out at Siege. Just go watch his videos.
Listen, I'm even excited because this is unofficially officially. I'm gonna blow the stack on this one here. Radical Reggie will be in Pittsburgh. And I'm excited for that because I haven't been able to hang out with Reggie. Reggie's been a guest at some of the other conventions that I've been at. I haven't been able to do some hunting with him. Him and I go back and forth all the time, like even in private chats and stuff like that, give each other crap. But I think it'll be fun to be there and kind of hang out with some creators that I don't get to see all the time that I talk to. I'm like even DG. Like we had a short interaction at Torg. I saw her, she saw me. We were live, so she didn't want to bother us. And then, that was it. We never really got to talk or hang out or do anything. And so, we got to do some more stuff like that.
You know what we can do? They just gave it away. We could sell digital
3D prints,
digital things. We could just sell digital nonsense.
Wow!
People buy it, right? We'll just sell anything. Just pretend like it's digital.
Yeah,
we'll sell digital T-shirts.
We'll just
you
sell
guys
it.
Want a digital T-shirt?
And happy birthday, Mr. Bryce JW. He just had a birthday. I don't know how old he turned, but it was just his birthday. Happy recently.
Birthday! We'll see him out at Siege too.
Yeah, and Reggie's excited about that. So it should be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about some different conventions. Should be a lot of fun to go. Maybe next year. Maybe next year we'll get to go to some of these different ones. But that's something I know Brandy and I have talked about. We want to go to some different ones that are out from the norm of the East Coast, or maybe go out West Coast. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, maybe even Texas. They said everything's bigger in Texas.
Everything's bigger in Texas, and then
I've been getting notifications on my phone of houses in Texas.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh, the price that I paid for my house, I could get a mansion in Texas, according to...
Yeah, but you also get naders down there. You get naders, and you get all kinds of crazy stuff. I wouldn't want to...
Yeah, they don't have basements, apparently.
No basements.
And stuff. There's no basements. But these houses look nice. I'm telling you, my games would look amazing with these vaulted ceilings. I could get, one of those, big lifts or whatever, and then I could stack things 500 feet up in the air. It's crazy. I could just put the stuff up.
Speaking of games, guys, I know we've been talking for the last hour about physical, digital. Let's get to what we're playing this week and take a little break from this topic so we don't beat it to death and talk about what we are playing. So let's take a look.
So we are back at the Game Masters, having a great old time. Tired of waiting on my old co-host over there who just takes his time with everything, So I have to be over here.
Excuse me. What are you doing here?
I was tired of waiting on you.
What do you mean you're tired of waiting on me? I'm over there eating. I'm tired.
Exactly. He's tired. He's
old.
I
am tired.
He's tired and old. Always waiting on you. I was talking to the people and telling them a little bit about the Game Masters, our setup here.
Tell me about our setup here.
This setup is taller than me. Let me tell you.
First time you're telling the truth all weekend.
What What's that supposed to mean?
Hey, I'm just saying, it's convention season. You guys can make sure to follow us because we're going to be streaming live on her channel, my channel,
Yes.
and pretty much anywhere video can be found.
Exactly.
So
And you get to see the Game Masters everywhere and in person now with our awesome setup here.
But even better, you get to watch her get beat live from the audience. So make sure you guys
There
tune
we
in
go.
as we bring you live coverage of all the conventions that we're at this year.
You know what? Maybe they should start playing you because I want to see if
I'm
you're
going back
any
to
better.
eating. Goodbye.
Oh, there he goes. That's what we're dealing with, folks. So thank you for watching.
All right. So Brandy's like hammering me here with like I need to do this. So let's talk about what I've been playing this week. Yes. Let's
Just
get back to
passionate, okay? Just passionate.
No,
this week.
so believe it or not, I've been playing Sonic Adventure for Dreamcast because I've been on vacation. Brandy, I took my my console that I had gotten, my RG43V that I got for review. And let me tell you guys, I loaded Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 on this because I have both physical versions, so I made a backup of it and put it on this thing. The Dreamcast, a lot of times when you play in an emulated situation, Brandy, on stuff like this, it stutters and blah, blah, can't keep up. Dude, this thing kept up. It was like playing the Dreamcast. So another feather in the cap. I have to do a review for this thing, but man, this has been like my go-to. I put it in my cargo pants and I just carry it with me. Yes, I still wear cargo shorts. So get over it, people. But very, very cool. That's what I've been playing that in Fortnite. I know nobody cares about Fortnite, so I didn't want to bother you and bore you with that. But Brandy, you've been playing something on the PlayStation kiosk there. What have you been playing? Vampire Ninja?
It's not a PS4 in the PS4 kiosk. I put a PS2 in there because it's
Did
retro,
you really?
guys. Yeah, I put a PS2 in there so I could play.
Something wrong with you.
I wanted to play the Time Breaker light guns.
Oh,
So I have a
man.
PS2 in there, and then it's easily able to play on there. Now, obviously, I was trying to like film at the same time, and I was trying to figure out how to calibrate and everything. But once I got everything calibrated and I stepped back, this thing was pretty spot on. So I am very excited for this light gun. I have been nonstop playing it. This
And it worked good on this?
yeah, Vampire Knight, Ninja Assault, Time Crisis 2, Time Crisis 3, Time Crisis Crisis Zone. There are literally so many options that you can play on this between the PS1 and the PS2. It's simple. Guys, I'm not the smartest when it comes to tech at all. I did call you because I had to figure out how to plug in the thing.
Well,
But
to be fair, you tried a game that hasn't really been tested, and
Yeah.
and I told her, I was like, well, I only played Time Crisis 2 and 3 because that's all I have gun games for it. And she's like, okay, but you had a better experience than the game.
Yeah,
Light
because
guns?
Exactly. And what I think my problem was, I plugged both the dongles in, and you only plugged the one in, and I
Right.
think that was my issue. So I was like confusing it. But once you just plug it in, it's literally plug and play. Light gun on a HD TV, because there is like a little sensor. It's not the AI one that I had a ton of issues with on the other light gun that I purchased with my own money. The game light gun. A lot of people did have issues with that. But I will say that this one, the Time Breaker light gun that you can get from Stone Age Gamer, you can get it from Intech Gaming. This has been a ton of fun, and it's literally like a revival of the retro. Like, if you love light gun games, I'm telling you, watch my video on it. You have mentioned it.
Yeah,
in
I
videos
haven't
as
done
well.
my video yet on it, but yeah.
Yeah, but you've definitely mentioned it, and you
Yep.
can see like clips and stuff. But I'm gonna get some like better shorts and stuff of it as well, because now that I have it like zeroed in, it is really spot on.
Yep.
And everything is it's a ton of fun. It's
They're
very
going to get to
simple
try it in
use.
Cleveland and Pittsburgh and at
Okay.
GDEX if they're there. So you guys don't even have to take our word for it. Reggie, you get to try it in Pittsburgh. We'll
Mhm.
have you come in and try to beat one of us in Time Crisis or Time Crisis 3 to win a prize, because we've got some really cool prizes still from Stone
Yeah.
Age Gamer
I had to
that I know
practice
you'll
so I
want,
get better.
Reggie.
You know, I can't do what I did at Korg's Con. and let everyone win. This one, the challenge is there, guys. I'm going to be a professional. I mean, Gamer Ahmer. It's in my name, Ahmer. Like, this is perfect. I am.
Oh, yeah. So, Reggie, we have two chats going. We have Brandy's channel for the chat and mine. That's why I'm having a hard time keeping up because there's so many people on both chats.
Yeah.
That I'm trying to. That's why I apologize. I'm like, guys, I'm trying my best here to keep this going here. So.
And I think it's even on Facebook and stuff.
We have it on Facebook. We have it on Twitch. So I apologize if you're on Twitch and you're on Facebook and you're like, I've been talking and you're not answering anything I'm saying. It's with producing the show, switching cameras, pulling up this and pulling up that. Yeah, sorry guys. Right now I'm focused on YouTube because we got quite a bit of YouTube chatters here.
Jim's over on Facebook, so I definitely appreciate the comments over there too.
Yeah, we're not trying to leave you guys out of it. We're hoping for a system that'll come out eventually that'll have the way we produce stuff here. That way we can pull up everybody's chatters and stuff like that. But we'll have those games. And maybe we'll do a Need for Speed again because you got your butt handed to you 3 times.
Whatever.
At there. So, yeah. So we'll have some folks play. But anyways, at those conventions we're going to do that, and maybe next year, because we'll be set up for the game masters there. Retro AF beat you. Mystically's beat you.
Whatever.
And that other random gentleman that was there beat you. And we have it on video to prove it.
I had to let people win so they could win prizes.
But wait a second. Retro AF even said he didn't even try.
Well, I was barely trying. I was just trying to hit all the walls.
You tried very hard hitting the stop sign and the dividers and the walls.
I just wanted to do everything that I've always wanted to do.
Listen.
I hit every pole. I was like, let me weave the poles, but I hit
I think Retro AF will agree with me. This is probably one of the one times he'll agree with me that you hit more things in the racetrack than you did driving the car. Like that was a very bad display. Like it was terrible.
I was trying to go for like a high score of hitting things.
All right, so Daryl says he's going to beat you in Cleveland. So when he comes up to Cleveland,
all right, we'll see.
You can race either one of us because I'll put my money where my mouth is. I'm not going to let you win. She says she let you win, but we're not going to. I'm not going to let you win. I'm going to play. But we have some really cool stuff from Stone Age Gamer that we're going to be giving away. Some of those N64 shells that you can't get, that they have. One that looks like a Nintendo Entertainment System, right? And what's the other one? A
Spice Orange.
Spice Orange.
Have the Spice Orange GameCube, if you have the Game Boy Advance, if you have that orange color and you guys love that, I will be making a video on that. I just have to finish taking apart one of my extra Nintendo 64s that I have. So I wanted to actually put the shell on and make sure that it was very easy, user-friendly, all that stuff as well. But you guys will have to stay tuned for a video on that because I'm telling you, if you guys want to get into modding or even just buying a cheaper kind of broken looking console and then you buy a nice shell for it, I think that's the way
I agree.
to go.
I usually use it like I got the one from Stone Age Gamer for my, not my TurboGrafx, my other one, the PC.
The Sega Nomad.
No, the PC Engine.
Oh, the PC Engine.
Yeah, I got a nice smoke one from them because the PC Engine one that I got when I bought the system was really, really like yellowed. I mean, it almost looked like it was in a smoker's house for like 30 years. It was really bad. Yeah, it's not original right now, but the price that I paid for it, you're never going to get a PC Engine for that price. So I didn't really care. So Bryce wants to know, since Brandy's going to be at Siege, can we face her in a game, or are y'all not setting up stuff there? I'm not going to be at Siege, unfortunately, as it sits right now. So we won't be set up as the Game Masters this year. But other conventions that will be set up, we'll have the Game Master stuff set up. Maybe next year. Maybe Austin will be kind and reach out. But again, I don't want these guys to feel obligated. But it would be really cool to set up the Game Master setup and let some of the folks down south see what we worked.
I think that'd be a fun time. I think Siege would be an awesome experience for the Game Masters. just because I know we'd have like a ton of fun with it. There'd be a ton of people. We'd have tons of giveaways. Like we'd even go extra and beyond for something like Siege because it's worth it.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure Stone Age Gamer would hook us up with a bunch of stuff to take down too. So, yeah. Let's see here. Let me look here. Now my wife's texting me. How much would it be to go to Siege? So,
guys, let's figure it out.
Oh, this now she's gonna. She missed the part about like. So you guys didn't hear my job. I'm gonna be releasing a brand new product on the 21st, and I know Siege goes till Sunday, but I have to drive back and I have to do that. I don't know if they would give me off, even though I get unlimited PTO, knowing that the product's going to launch that Monday. That's the only thing with this year. It just kind of fell on the fact that's why I took vacation last week instead of this week. I'm not trying to make excuses. Even if Austin said to me, let me put it this perspective. If Austin came in the chat room right now and he says, like, I'll put you up in a hotel, I'll pay for your ticket, you can come in as a special guest, whatever, I would be like, that's wonderful, Austin. I really appreciate it. But this year, I don't think it's going to work out only because
of your job.
Because of the job. And that's got to come first, unfortunately, as much as I really would want to go. And I know a lot of you guys are being generous. Some of you, like Chase was like, hey, I'll take care of your hotel room. I really appreciate that. I really do. But it's one of those things where I'm not making it up. You guys will be able to see on my work's website. If I told you what it was, you'll see the product go live on the 21st. Brandy knows. I've been talking about this.
Like maybe you didn't go on Sunday, and Sunday you could get back home, like well in advance.
Right. It would have to be one of those where, but the problem is, doesn't it start on Friday? So I'd have to leave Thursday.
Yeah, or what time is it Friday, guys? Anyone know that right off the top? I don't know if it's early Friday.
Tech West, yeah, they'd probably shoot me if it. That would be something if I left Thursday and they gave me off Friday.
It's 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Friday.
Okay, if they did that and I was there Saturday and then I drove home Sunday.
Yeah, it's a lot of driving,
that's a 10-hour drive and or 12 hours.
Though. It's worth it.
But it's a lot all at once. For me, it's a lot all at once. We definitely got to plan it, because if this happens next year around the same time my wife is off, I'm going to plan my vacation around that so then I can go. Mm-hmm. VIPs go in at 1. Okay. So let's do the. I know people. Jason's like, pretty please, man. Dude,
but we're all trying to figure it out, guys.
I know. Well, I'm not giving up hope yet. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Yeah, let's see what happens.
We could send a digital tech buzz.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Can't we send you digitally?
Yes, my wife has a CDA exam on Thursday, so we couldn't even leave on Thursday if we wanted to, because she has, and that's a 3 or 4 hour test for her CDA. So. I don't know if it's going to pan out this year, guys, but seriously, Brandy and I have talked about we want to get to other shows, especially now that we're getting more sponsors, that we can use that money. We're not reliant upon the convention to send us as a guest and pay for everything. We can use sponsorship money to pay for our hotels so we can go out and do that, because that's where the real expense is, the travel and the hotel, honestly. Most of these conventions will give you a pass. That's not even a... That's not even a question.
They give out media passes, content create. Yeah. Any which way it's really, because if you're making content and stuff, it's kind of like a win-win.
We do, before we wrap this up, we do have a community video that came in from Ted. Ted sent Ted sent in his two cents. Yeah, I was gonna say 2 thoughts, but I was reading the chat room at the same time.
You good over there?
I'm reading my chats. Look, I got chats on my phone. I've got chats here. I got to stop reading that, and I got to focus on what I'm doing here. Pressing buttons. Guys, I'm sitting here. I'm pressing buttons, and it's not a good thing when I have to multitask. Even though I do pretty good multitasking, I think. But yes. So
Oh, that's way too nuts. Chase was like gas money so Tech Buzz can go to Siege. He just sent $19.99.
Oh boy, there we go.
Oh man, it's too much.
He sent it. You sent it to the wrong person. though. You sent it to her. I don't see any of her money. Anyway, so this is what, guys, just so you know, this is what I'm doing. I got the chat here. I've got the chat up there, and I'm over here, and my phone's blowing up. Look, you can see it's blowing up here. And then so I'm looking at the next videos that we gotta put up here. So doing the production here, not complaining. Let me regroup here. We got to take a look at Ted. Ted sent in, he gave it his 2 cents on digital versus physical. Let's take a look.
Just keep going. Why did he have to stop?
He was like, I'm gonna wait for you to start talking.
Are you done now? Or are you going to start talking again? Okay.
What are your thoughts?
That's a great question. That's a great question. Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you.
Is this the end of game collecting? Absolutely not. Sony's made a decision starting in 2028 to not do any more physical products. That's not a big deal logistically speaking. They only have made about 10 exclusives for PlayStation 5, and that's been around for about 6 years now. So does it make me mad a little bit? Yes, but that's their decision to make, and we'll let the market decide what to do. We still have a lot of new physical games to collect, thanks to independents and homebrews, and that's not going to stop. That's never going to stop. We're still getting new Atari 2600 games, such as Zaxxon Arcade from Champ Games for the 2600. Demos out now digitally, but then you'll be able to buy the cartridge later this year. So, no. Nobody's coming to get my Vector Man. You would almost think the way that people have reacted is that Sony is the only gaming company in the whole world, and they have the authority to walk into your house and grab your collection and take all your stuff away. That is not what's happening. One console, AAA, most advanced games around, going to be all digital. We're going to miss out on maybe a game or two a year that we could buy physically, and they may not even be genres or game style that retro gamers like. Let's be honest. We like short games. We like simple adventures. We like 16-bit, 8-bit. They're not making those kind for the PlayStation 6 to be exclusive that they're not going to give you a cartridge. It's going to be for the people who like the big, massive, huge games that don't even really fit on a disc anymore. And, you know, I get that. But I tell you what, y'all game any way you can, and nobody's coming to get your stuff. Or if they will, they're going to have to come through me first. Thank you, Game Masters. We appreciate y'all. Y'all have a blessed day.
As always, we love it when you guys send in us a video. I don't care if you promote your own channel on it. You can absolutely do that. You're sending in content that helps with what we're talking about. And I agree. You know, Ted, not everything is bad. And we're not saying that it's all bad. We're not saying digital's bad. But there's room for everything. I think that's the big thing.
And I like how he brought up the fact that obviously they're still making games for like Atari and older consoles, and there's still people out there making physical for some of this stuff. So really, guys. it's just kind of how you look at it.
Guys, you don't have to super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Bryce. Bryce with the $20. He says more gas money to go to Siege. Also, thanks for the birthday wishes. Means so much. Absolutely, Bryce. And I saw, let me go back, Jason, he sent even though after he gave you the money over there, he came over here and did the same thing, $20 here. And Bryce also did a $2 one here. I want to make sure that we catch that here, that you guys, again, guys, you didn't have to do that. Look, I'll do whatever I can. We'll see, but it doesn't look promising. Let's put it that way for this year, as much as I would love to go.
Schedule. But hey, you already got a jump start money wise because we don't know how
for whatever next convention
go up for next year.
That's
so
it.
Just put that money aside, hold it for a year, get some interest.
Actually, Reggie, my truck is a 4-cylinder. It's a 4-cylinder turbo, so I didn't get a really ask Brandy. My truck is very good on gas. I bought it. I didn't get a V8 in my truck or a V10 because I didn't want it to be a gas guzzler. So it is a very powerful. I can pull my boat and everything I need, but it is not a gas guzzler. I get about 450 miles to a tank of gas. So that's pretty good. Can't complain on that.
And I can also guarantee if you came down to Siege, your window would not get busted out.
Ooh, too early. Hashtag too soon. Too soon.
I'm just saying, that does not happen in the South.
Man.
That would not happen at a Siege.
I don't even think that would happen up in Cleveland, to be quite honest with you, but
I'm just saying, that's a plus, right? That's a positive. That would never happen again.
Man, that's rough. Ouch.
Yeah, I know. Everyone forgot about that, didn't they?
Whew.
I was thinking about
I was trying to forget about it. Are you kidding me? I'm trying to, Oh, man, that's just brutal.
Sorry.
Yeah, Chase, you and I'll have to talk off air, see what something I could work out. I don't know. But as of right now, I don't know if it's something that's going to be possible. We'll see. We'll see. Anything's possible, right? Anything is possible. We'll leave it at that. Anything is possible.
With
because
pizza, let's go.
Everybody says that Siege is the Super Bowl of gaming conventions, and that's not taking anything away from you other gaming conventions out there, okay? It's just that nothing but good things I've heard about it. So it is on my bucket list, along with Gamester 81's Game On Expo out in Arizona. That's one I'd like to get to. So we definitely have to talk about that. I know. See, Lindsay said the same thing. Well, she didn't say hashtag, but she said too soon, and I'm with her. I'm with her on this one. Too soon. Like, that's... Yikes.
I was just saying that it would not happen.
Yikes.
There. I was trying to make it another positive.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. That's
I will
brutal.
literally stand guard at your truck just to make sure.
Man. But you know what I am doing though, Brandy? I'm making a bunch of like flexible dinosaurs and snakes and cats and stuff that we found that some of the kids in the kids' church, they really like to play with them. So I'm making them for the convention. I'm gonna sell them pretty cheap to help with gas money and stuff like that. Just because I got some family, man, and things ain't cheap. So I'm gonna do my best while I'm there working to try to make some extra money at different conventions. Because we talked about this, Brandon and I. We thought if we can raise up some money, even doing some of the side hustles, that pays for all this stuff too. A lot of these guys, they get sponsors. John Riggs gets sponsors to go to these conventions. John Hancock, it's what you got to do. YouTube is not my full-time job. It's not your full-time job. So, and
we also don't really make much on it.
we don't really ask for any super chats. We try to bring everybody's chat up.
Yeah.
As quick as we possibly can. Now tonight was a little different. Tonight you guys were out of control. In a good way. I'm glad you guys.
Out of control, guys. Everyone, just start chatting real quick. See if you can keep up.
Oh my goodness! Don't do that. Anything. Don't do that. I'm getting old. Remember?
It could be nonsense. Just start saying.
I got a really cool shirt too. It says "Respect Your Elders," and it has a picture of a Nintendo controller with a walker my brother gave to me. That's you'll have to see it. I'll wear it. I think maybe I did wear it in the video, didn't I?
You showed me a picture. I think he was trying to say something about your age.
That's probably what. Well, it's my brother. I mean,
yeah, I think he was.
Need I say more? But I liked it. I thought it was a good shirt. He's like, I didn't know if you had one, and I was like, no, I didn't have it, so I had to wear it. So now I'm your competition. Now I'm not your competition. You're not making half the stuff that I'm making. I'm making little snakes and flexible cats and dragons and all that other stuff that I have a license for.
Yeah, that's a little kids.
Just little odd and end stuff.
Yeah, they enjoy
I leave the big statues and the big signs, the flat signs. I haven't even tried to make any of the flat signs. I've actually did some Fortnite stuff. I did some of the if you played Fortnite recently, they've got the little squishies in them, the sprites. So they're big right now. The kids want them, so I made a bunch of little sprites, and there's an extractor in the game, so I'm actually in the process of printing it. It's actually behind me here, and it looks like it failed on one of them, but anyways, I'll have to look at it. So I'll make that. Grandpa Gaming. Listen to this guy, man. John John E. Blaze, he said, what did I miss? Oh, man, dude, you missed a lot. You're going to have to go back and watch it from the beginning. Who else's birthday? I see you say happy birthday in here. Who else? Is it David B.
David B. 69. He turned 57 on Sunday.
Wow, 57 years young. Congratulations. Happy birthday, Mr. David B. And guys, if there's anybody else with a birthday in here, please put it in there. We'd like to acknowledge you, especially since you guys are in here.
Stop making Steven feel young.
Listen.
We need some people to make him feel old, okay?
Hey, Daryl, I got your Game Boy kiosk. It's sitting right under there. Don't you worry. I didn't forget about you. That's why I didn't mention it. I still have it in there. So it's waiting. It's awaiting you, good sir, because I know you're looking for some good stuff for me anyway. So
yeah.
Stop making Steven feel young. I am 10 years
pillow.
younger than him. Listen. Oh, that's really cool. Is that what you picked up?
No, I had it for a minute, but I've been using it because it helps my back.
Oh,
it's
nice.
Very comfortable. It's like someone custom made it. It was
It looks cool.
someone on Instagram. They made it. Brain Candy Co. So at Brain Candy Co. They made this, and then I had to buy a pillow for it. But they made this. They make like nostalgia, like stuff. They make things for like video game stuff. They made it for this. So I thought it was pretty cool.
I like
if you're
that.
like a turtle fan, and it fits perfect on this gaming chair that already has a cushion.
I need to put you in contact with the company that just sent me that gaming chair. Like, I know people talk bad about gaming chairs and such, but I paid $568, I think it was, for my Vertigear one. I bought it like 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
This one is retailing, I want to say, Brandy, I think it was retailing like $600. Is that what did you see it on the website at all?
No, not yet.
It's like $550 or $600 or this is by the company Auto Full. I'm going to pull this up here like this.
Yeah, I think I just started following them because I'll check it out.
So this
you never know how long a chair will last.
So this has an adjustable headrest that you can slide up and down, and it fits your neck perfectly. This lower lumbar support can actually come out and adjust to your back. Not only that it has massagers in it, both there and in the bottom of the seat. And I know you guys out there, you get swampy when you're playing some games. This thing's got a cool air fan, 3 different modes of intensity. I keep it on while I'm working. It actually keeps me cool while I'm working over there. And it also has a heater for the wintertime. So you can get heat in there. So
I'd have that on all the time. I'd be over here falling asleep on the podcast.
I'm telling you.
That's fair.
And then these handles, and you'll see this in a review because I'm going to show it. These handles will actually swivel 360 degrees. Like some of them, they only go so far. This one does. This one will go further. So I didn't know what I was gonna think with this, but I ordered a battery pack that I could stick in the back because right now I'm just plugging it in USB, and I'm sure there's a bunch of chats coming right now about how old I am and that's why I need that. I'm sure. I see you're looking.
About back support?
Listen, you guys in the chat room. This company.
Like the best chat of the whole night. That's literally how old we are. We're all talking.
We're all excited about a dang chair. So
the chair's back support.
This is the same chair that's being used for the 2026-2027 esports league that's going on. So y'all can just, simmer down in the chat room. Just simmer down. But anyways, I'll have a review on it in a couple weeks. Man, look at this.
Man.
Team Gramps. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Wow. Jeez.
Oh man, I love it.
I figured when I saw your face, you started laughing. I didn't even look at the chat, and I'm like, they're probably giving me crap because I'm talking about lower lumbar support, a massager, a heat. Man, I ain't kidding. The chair's pretty dope.
No.
I didn't know how it was going to be. Oh, it also has a pull-out leg rest. So if you wanted to take a nap, you can pull it out, lay back. You can do that. No, it doesn't have a foot massager. That's one thing it doesn't have.
Let's all start comparing reading glasses. I don't have any.
I don't have any now since they've adjusted my contacts, which is good because I hated pulling them out. Like I like being able to see up close. So yeah, they've adjusted my stuff. So, but anyways, okay. So we both have a video that you guys can watch talking about this very subject that we talked about today. We're not going to beat you guys with a dead horse and go back into it. I think we covered a lot of it. Let us know what you want us to talk about in a future episode of the podcast, like you guys always do. It's always welcome. Leave it in the comments below on Brandy's video or my video. It doesn't matter who. Brandy did a video talking about this very subject. I did a video of this very subject. Mine is just really long. It's 30 minutes. I probably shouldn't have done it so long, but I just had a lot to say.
Mm-hmm.
So, figured you guys haven't had a video from me in like 2 weeks. So I figured I covers 15 minutes each week. So there you go. You get a half an hour. But I'd encourage you to go watch it because I made a lot of valid points in there that I think you all will agree with.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to pull up Reggie's comment here. I'm going to read it because I don't know what he said here. Let's see here. What does he say? Steven, are you going to get the mouse PI for higher game? If you do, physical or digital? I'm getting physical. If I get anything, it's physical. Physical, yeah. Reggie, unless they don't have it. Let's see here. So, yeah, make sure you guys go do that. Subscribe to our channels. Really appreciate it. You guys have been amazing with that. Also, subscribe to the podcast for audio. When you're taking that long drive to Siege or any other convention, you can get the podcast. You can go on thegamemasters.tv. It's the easiest way to get there. Go to thegamemasters.tv. You can subscribe on Apple. You can subscribe on Google. You can do iHeartRadio. You can do Pandora. You can do Spotify, iHeartRadio.
So many.
It's on every place any podcast can be listened to. It's just audio, so if you want to do that, if you want to watch the video, you got to go to the YouTube channel. So make sure you guys do that. And I think that and subscribe to the Game Masters YouTube channel.
Yes, we have like 76 or something subscribers. We don't really, share it much or like send the links out or anything like that, but definitely check that out because as more conventions and things that we're doing together, you'll start to see some exclusive content on that channel. You'll start to see it on the socials. We have Facebook pages of it. There's Instagram. We're pretty much out there. So just double check, and if you guys want to follow.
Yeah, we want to break it up so that we have some exclusive content on there, like she said, and I think that'll be ideal. It'll be like our group content that we do when we're over there in person. So, anything else that we need to mention to them before we roll out? Besides that, we've got a new video from you that'll end up in the blooper section here at the end of the show that you guys got to stick around for.
Yes. Oh man, that was fun. I thought
it was a good show.
Yeah,
I think it was good. I
was filming in the game room, so I had to do an updated clip for you guys.
So this week, I'm hoping to get out a video on the review. So far, guys, and it's not because I got it for nothing. I got it for review. I don't really have anything bad to say about this yet. Okay. The Dreamcast was what scared me. I thought, man, if this plays Dreamcast, I'm hooked because not many emulated systems can play Dreamcast in a handheld form without it like melting down. And the other thing I didn't even realize, I found this the other day when I was playing it, Brandy, there's a kickstand in the back that you can stand it up vertically.
Oh.
And you can also hook it up to a TV and play it on the big screen and just use this as a controller, which is another plus if you ask me. But Sonic plays just as fast as if you were playing your Dreamcast, Crazy Taxi, all that stuff. It's not taxing, so yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. So I've been trying to figure out a way to break it, so I have something bad to say about it, but I can't find anything bad to say about it. So we'll see, but that'll be coming up. Any last words for the folks?
No. Is that really how long that video is going to take? Is 6 months?
What video? What video?
In the chat. Remember, you love when I talk about this. When Retro Rick came out to film.
Oh, Retro Rick! That's right. We didn't even talk about. Man, she was all beside herself with Retro Rick. He come out to her house and Retro Rick! That's all I heard. He's gonna be here at dinner time. Retro Rick!
I had to make sure everything was cleaned up. Okay, I have a lot of clutter and a lot of
Man.
stuff that was all over the place. I had to make sure
Oh yeah.
that things look good. So
Things
he
looked
did-
good. He didn't know what to do with himself. He was like, I'm so overwhelmed.
Yeah, he was overwhelmed. And I think he even showed the bathtub, so you guys might get to see another.
Oh
clip
my
of the
goodness. The bathtub.
He was definitely shocked, for sure. He was like, I could be here for hours filming. And
Thank
making
God he wasn't.
Long videos, and he was like, I mean, he still was over at my house for several hours, but he had the team and stuff with him, so it was just pretty cool seeing like how he films like behind the scenes, and he did tons of shorts and things like that, and then we did a video, obviously together. And it was a ton of fun just seeing like behind the scenes and different things. And we've chatted before at different conventions. Like at Siege, I met him like in person.
Did you
years ago.
Did you go to dinner with him?
Not when he was here.
Oh.
But
Did you invite him to go to dinner with you?
yeah, well, I pretty much I asked him, what his plans and stuff were. He had so much stuff that he had to get in for this convention, and so much filming and stuff to do. Obviously,
so he blew you
obviously
off.
he'd love to like hang out and catch up and things like that. But a lot of times when you come out for these events,
He was sensing
saying,
the fangirlism, so he was like, I gotta piece out of this joint.
I wasn't even that bad. I wasn't even that bad. No, but it's like a lot.
Hey,
when you come
we've
out for
got.
these.
Wait a second. We got one of the chatters on Twitch. It came through. I'm pretty stoked.
Wow.
Check it out. Rap Sheet says, crud, forgot to tune in. And I'm very bad on Twitch about changing the topic there. So,
Okay.
so Rap Sheet, I would encourage you, if you're watching right now, if you're still here, go over to YouTube and subscribe to Brandy and myself so that you don't miss the show. Because Twitch is hit or miss sometimes.
Sometimes that one.
I try to get to the Twitch audience, and sometimes it doesn't always connect for me. So, sorry, didn't mean to sidetrack, but I just saw the Twitch chat come in, and I was like, hey, it's working. So, that's beautiful.
Yeah, but I am curious when that video will come out. Is it,
I'm guessing by Thanksgiving or
months?
Christmas.
Really? I guess we'll have to see. And he did not buy anything, because he did not drive in for this convention.
Oh.
I was willing to let a few things go, I will say. I know he was looking for a blockbuster gumball machine, but there was obviously no way to get that back on a plane. So,
Yep.
I was willing to help out for the cause and some things, but
He was just like, Brandy's going to kidnap me. I have to get out of here. Retro Rick!
it wasn't bad.
When I see him and Brandy and I are there together and we run up and he's there, I'm gonna go running up to him and I'm gonna go, oh, Retro Rick, and I'm gonna run up to him like that. I'm gonna grab Brandy by the arm and we're gonna skip up to him, and I'm gonna be like, oh, can I get a picture, Retro Rick?
No, we did get a picture.
I know you
together.
did. You said it to me. Oh my goodness.
We did. We got a picture because I had to, mark the moment in the game room because it's not all.
Oh, here we go. Now
get to come out to the game room.
Now
So,
CNC Games, he's fanboying over him now too. Oh, I'm working
Totally.
on some blockbuster
did.
stuff for Rick. Oh, there he is.
yeah, we got. It's
There he
blurry and
is.
everything, so
Oh
it's not
my
focusing.
goodness. Oh, Retro Rick.
I don't know if it'll focus.
Oh my
I
goodness.
tried, guys, but there's the clip.
Yeah, he's trying to keep his distance. He's just like,
Yeah,
man,
it
I'm not
wasn't
feeling
bad.
this. She's gonna like attack me or something.
We did.
Oh man.
You guys just have to watch the video because there's some like
Listen,
joking.
Bryce, everybody's taller than Brandy.
Yeah.
Even Rick is taller. Oh, I'm taller than Rick. I got a picture with Rick too.
Yeah.
At Torg last year. But
I think he is
everybody's taller than Rick.
me. You could tell he is taller than me. I mean, I'm not wearing shoes in this picture, but he's still taller than me. He's like a whole
I don't.
head taller.
I don't think a lot of people don't believe how tall I am until they see me in person. They're like, "Oh my gosh, you're tall."
Yeah, same.
I think you thought that too when you first met me in that.
Yeah,
Same with Neo Ness. Neo Ness is tall too. Oh, Ricky!
Now you guys have to watch the video whenever it does come out. We'll go ahead and talk about it again.
Oh, I'm sure we're going to talk about it again. I'm sure.
It is funny though, because if you know anything about me and Retro Rick, whenever we go to conventions together, we always get into a bidding war. So he may have seen a few items that I scored over him.
Now,
so it was kind of funny.
Now you know this now. I started something here. So when they see you at Siege and Rick's nearby, you're going to get people like Bryce and some of these other guys that are going to be there, and they're going to start yelling, "Oh, Ricky!" when you're nearby. You know that's going to happen. I'm telling you right now it's going to happen. And you're going to come back and you're going to be like, "You know what those guys did? Oh, yeah, I know what they did." And you guys better film it, too, if you do it, because we're going to show it on the show if you do that. Send it to me. Wow. No, there's no jealousy.
No,
except he only blew me off the first 2 times. I had to, like, practically corner him.
No, we all just give each other a hard time. He knows. Chase knows. We all give each other a hard time. That's what we do.
No, I've just been giving crap to Brandy because she's like, "I got to clean my house. I got to do this. I got to get the stuff cleaned up in the bathtub." And I'm like, "You really got to show him the bathtub?" She's like, "I got to show him the bathtub."
Yeah, I was like, I have to. And then he went in there and he did like a whole skit with it. No, it's all like inside jokes. It's all fun.
Yeah, no, I don't no, there's no jealousy. I like Retro Rick. I think I watch his content. I just bust her chops with him. So there's no animosity. There's no drama. There's nothing. In fact,
he put I know. He's giving a hard time too.
Rick would probably start laughing if something like that happened. But anyways, all right. We've kept these folks long enough, almost 2 hours. Really appreciate everybody hanging in here. I'm slowly watching people drop off because they're like, "Okay, we've had enough of them." So in 2 hours. Next week, we are only going an hour because Brandy's going to have to get ready for Siege. So be prepared for that 1 hour show, 8 to 9, done. We're going to try to get through. Get your videos in. I want to see some game rooms. We need some more game room tours. There's a lot of you guys in here. Bryce, I need a game room tour. You got to send a video into me or Brandy so we can show it.
Or if there's like certain shelves or certain areas.
Yeah, show us your collection. Let's go. Send the videos in.
Whole room. Yeah, don't even get the whole room organized if it's
show us your bathtub with video games in it.
Yeah. Pretend that you're like me and you put stuff in your bathtub. We want to see. Tell us. Show us.
Yeah. So, anyways, and you can still, it's not too late to send in if you want to send in a little video, a 2-minute video to tell us what you think about the digital versus physical and Sony's what they did, what we talked about today. That's okay if you send it in next week too. We'll take it. But Brandy, I think that's it. Now that we've covered the Retro Rick stuff, we can safely roll out and you can let everybody know.
Yes. Here we go. I don't even know.
I'm giving her the last. She's like, "I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to." Guys, really appreciate it. Make sure you check out Gamer Ahmer's channel. Make sure you check out the Tech Buzz Gaming if you haven't done so already. Subscribe, like, comment, share this video out to all your friends. This is your favorite Wednesday night podcast, the Game Masters. We appreciate everybody coming out all the time. And again, we will see you next week for more of the Game Masters. You want to add to that, Brandy?
Yes, and we will have pizza. Just kidding.
It'll be digital.
Digital pizza for everyone.
See you next week.
So many choices here. I can just go through my bathtub full of cardboard standees. What am I going to put out next? You're not supposed to be in here. No. There's nothing behind this curtain. There's nothing in my bathtub.
Occupied. I said it's occupied. What are you guys doing? I gotta go. You gotta go. The show's over. Go. I gotta go. Brandy, I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
All right. Steve from the Tech Buzz Gaming. Hey, look at me. I know tech stuff. I press buttons. Do. I got 3D printers. I think I'm good at games, but I'm just old. Look, you just press the little buttons. I don't know what I'm doing. Hello. Look at this one. That's crazy. It's a joystick. Let me just pretend like I'm good at games over here. And let me check on my 3D prints, because we got to see my 3D prints over there. It's crazy. Steve from the Tech Buzz Gaming.
What are you doing?
I'm Steve from the Tech Buzz Gaming.
Looks like, is that why my bathroom light was going out? Don't press that. You don't know what that does.
Where's the red button that you're not supposed to
Oh, this is why you can't leave her alone.
press? Check on those 3D prints.